coming here. You have to go away and find work.
Everywhere you look in China, peasants on the move. Flow and counterflow of hundreds of millions of people willing to accept working conditions and wages that give this economy its competitive edge. It is the largest migration in history and the basis of China's industrial strength. "40,000 migrants work here in Sanxinchang, a new industrial center that has grown from a village in less than 10 years. The trend now is for specialization, one city per product. So China has a sock city, a toothbrush city, an underwear city, and here in Sanxinchang, a bedding city, making comforters, pillows, and sheets for the world. The Sanxinchang employers have a preference for young female workers.
Factory employers like to hire young people because they are more energetic, they are fresh, they can work faster. A lot of factories do not even have one day off. That means 7 days a week, 13 hours a day.
Typical pay for migrants working these hours? About $120 a month.
They work them like this for maybe 5, 6, or 7 years. And then either they get sick, they get tired, and they leave on their own, or the factory management will fire them if they are not up to the speed.
These other people are losers in China's economic growth. And the population of them are vast, and they don't have a voice. They don't have a government ever listen to them at all.
Migrant workers arriving at the site of the main stadium for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. It's highly unlikely, though, that any of them will be around to watch the games. Migrant workers are subject to strict residency laws. To remain in the cities, they must live without their dependents in single-sex hostels. When the job is done, they must find another or move on. Although there is no evidence of abuse on the Olympic sites, construction workers elsewhere have the worst deal of all under the present system.
They go to a site and they work, and they're not paid at all. The arrangement is that you'll be paid at the end of the year. And if at the end of the year, either the boss, the construction company, or the gang boss default on you, that means you're not paid. And that is so common. There have been cases of construction workers trying to commit suicide, trying to draw attention by going up to some construction sites and threatening to throw themselves down. A lot of these construction workers are working for the state sector, building government buildings. And in the end, it's the workers who are at the end, at the bottom of the heap, and so they're not paid.
What you see in China is this pool of resentments, this growing pool of resentments from the Chinese underclass that is progressively spreading over China.
There's a huge amount of tension. It's like a land of 1,000 earthquake faults.
Time is running out. The level of unrest in China is rising.
In 2005, there were 87,000 demonstrations, and those are the official figures. All over China, the pressure is building. Here, peasants defending their land from takeover by a power company are beaten, stabbed, and shot by hired thugs. One incident in June of last year that happened to be recorded by a villager who was able to smuggle his tape out of the country. One incident in June 1989 that happened to take place under the very noses of Western cameramen. The challenge of powerful images for an authoritarian state is enormous. How do you stop one person's example becoming an inspiration to others? How do you prevent the fire from spreading? Beida, the University of Beijing and the most prestigious in all of China. In 1989, Beida was the nerve center of the student movement that would inspire a popular uprising. Largely the children of the elite, today's undergraduates enjoy all the benefits that have flowed into thriving China A. But what do they know of their recent history? I'm going to try a little experiment. Show this picture around and tell me what that picture says to you. Pass them around. They were baffled. After a long silence, one of them whispered,
"Looks like some military ceremony."
The boy whispered back, 89. But the girl made no connection. Does it have any meaning at all?
从这张图上呢
Well, I can see 4 vehicles.
这个像4个装备，然后
I'm not sure about the context.
不太清楚这是一个什么样的场合。
It might be a parade or something.
也许是阅兵或者什么其他的，我们可能真的
I
不能
really don't know. I'm just
靠我
guessing.
们自己的想象，就是这个不是很清楚。
我看不出来。
I really can't tell anything from this picture.
对，因为这个
There's no context.
信息量。
可以问这是艺术创作。
Is this a piece of artwork? Did you make this up?
Whatever they might have heard about 1989, it was clear that they had never seen the Tank Man picture.
I think it's terribly tragic that Beijing university students who were at the forefront of the May 89 democracy movement, several generations of students later have no conception of what happened, don't even know that this incident of the man in front of the tanks ever happened.
Any regime attempting to combine economic freedom with rigid one-party rule is faced with a challenge. How do you allow in all the information necessary to keep a free market economy running while filtering out anything that contradicts the party line and undermines its authority? China has at least 35,000 internet police monitoring the country's 111 million internet users. For more sophisticated controls, China relies on Western technology. When we in the West search for images of Tiananmen Square on Google, photos of Tank Man pop up immediately. Move through the selection of 18 pages and Tank Man appears again and again. When people in China make the same entry on their Google search engine, they get just 3 pages, featuring maps, architecture, cooking hints, and smiling tourists posing in the square, but not one single image of the Tank Man.
All the major IT companies in the West have not only embraced the Chinese market, they have bent over backwards to please the Chinese government. They have proposed to tailor their information system to fit the political censorship needs. Yahoo have very early on signed a self-censorship pledge, Google and others that followed.
These companies are absolutely capable either of caving into the Chinese or worse, in the case of Yahoo and Cisco, just to take those two, of providing them with the technology to identify people and messages that the Chinese don't like. And we already know that at least one person, a person called Shi Tao, has been arrested in China because of this.
Shi Tao was a journalist